Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And this is my guide on what gear to use, whether you're riding an electric unicycle, an electric scooter, electric longboard, or even an e-bike. Let me tell you more about it. Wrong Way. Now, I really wanted to do the Gotway MSP review today, but since the weather is all day shite in Warsaw today, usually it changes like every 2 hours from sunny to rainy to snow to sunny again, so I can do these videos for you, but today it's all day rain. Anyhow, because of that and because you guys were asking me about an update on what gear I use and what you should use on your electric device, I decided to do this video today. So therefore, today we'll talk about different sorts of helmets, gloves, jackets, pants, accessories, and other gear that might come in handy whilst using your electric vehicle. And boy, these Mantis lights are probably the brightest side lights I've ever seen on an electric scooter. Since I've started using electric vehicles, I've accumulated a lot of stuff that I use on a frequent basis. That's not even all of the stuff I own. So yeah, let's start with the helmets. Now, the most important thing is, and I don't care about your excuses, is to always ride in a helmet. I don't care if you go just to the grocery store to pick up something and it's just 400 meters away, or if you want to preserve your hairstyle. I don't care. This means safety, and this can save your life or prevent serious injury. And a recurring theme of all of the stuff pretty much I own is that it's all bright and colorful. This is very important because bright and colorful stuff makes you more visible. The same thing applies for side lights, more lighting on your electric device. There's really no harm in making yourself more visible, and this is just a good thing. There's no shame about it. I really advise you to get colorful stuff and not get just space gray, black stuff to make yourself look like a shadow, because car drivers won't be able to see you that well, and you know, it's better to be bright than be run over wearing black stuff. So yeah, this is a recurring theme of my gear, and I highly recommend to use this strategy as well. So in terms of helmets, I always recommend full face bicycle helmets. There's a difference between bicycle helmets and also motorcycle helmets. So this is a full face downhill helmet by O'Neill. It doesn't have MIPS, which is a good thing to have in your helmet because this will prevent also concussions. Now, this one doesn't have it. I suggest, if you have the money, to get a full face helmet with MIPS. This O'Neill helmet does also have a nice locking mechanism. It's just magnetic. I forgot the name right now, but I'll throw it up on the screen. If you have a bicycle downhill helmet, you have way better visibility than on a motorcycle helmet, and these helmets are also way lighter than the motorcycle helmets. And the thing with our electric vehicles is that we change speed very quickly. So we can drive very slow, like 20-25 kilometers an hour, and we can drive 50, 70, 80 kilometers an hour as well. So if you have a motorcycle helmet, you will likely get tired of it pretty quickly because it's heavier, and you just move your head around, go up, down. This is not the case when you drive on a motorcycle as much. And most of all, motorcycle helmets are also designed to have a bit less airflow than these bicycle helmets. So especially in the summer, it might be too warm for you in a motorcycle helmet. This one also has many vents, but by far it is not a helmet with the most vents on the market. I also use a little trick. You can see that all the air vents now, like pretty much all of them, are blocked because I don't want to get too cold in the winter. When it gets warm, I will remove these stickers just to have more airflow. I also just bought these 100% goggles, and I can already tell you that I also did mistakes before when buying a helmet and other stuff, so I can show you how it looks like when you get the wrong stuff. Anyhow, it's best to get goggles with 2 layers of glass so you don't get foggy. It's important to have goggles that have removable piece of glass. I bought this just regular goggles from Decathlon, and you can see they're all scratched up, and I can't change the glass here, so they're pretty much worthless now. And they're also very shiny from the inside, so I couldn't basically ride them in the night. These ones don't have this issue. And with goggles, it's also important to try them on in a shop. The helmet, I pretty much checked the sizes and bought it on the internet. I have just an M size and everything was fine. Now to show you the difference to a motorcycle helmet, because I've got one of those as well. This is the LS2 Pioneer, and a relatively inexpensive and good helmet for the price. And you can right away see that my visibility, especially looking down, is greatly decreased in this helmet, and my cheeks are pressed against with these pads here. Now this is more safe, so if you drive regularly just 50, 80 or faster, this is probably the way to go. But if you drive slower, you will get warmer, you will have more strain way quicker than on this kind of helmet. This is a motorcycle helmet. Again, it weighs around 1.5 kilograms. The other one weighs around 1 kilogram. And this one also comes with this cool piece here. I really recommend riding with this. I don't know how it's called, because this helps you with sunlight and also driving in the rain, or if you go off-road a lot, you can also get the mud here and not ride into your face. Important thing to look at in these helmets as well is to have removable cheek pads and the lining of the helmet. So here, for example, I can remove this very easily and just clean it very easily in a wash machine later on. You can also get a open face motorcycle helmet like so. For example, if you have a electric seated scooter and you don't have enough space in your seat or in your compartment to get a regular full face helmet. So yeah, these are the helmets. Now let's move on to more safety gear. And by safety gear, I mean knee pads, elbow pads, wrist pads, gloves, and so on. So in this case, I would also recommend stuff that is like easy to get on and off. And like these probably aren't the best gloves I should get for riding an electric unicycle or e-bike. So it is important to have like knuckle guards, like in these gloves right here. And an important thing as well, especially for riding a longboard or an electric unicycle, is to have these wrist pads. So you can put them on your gloves. These are like really easy to get, or get some gloves that have them already built in. I'll get some like nicer gloves than these ones very soon. And I also do have these heating rider gloves. There's a video about it already on the channel, and actually about a lot of the stuff. There is also a video on the channel, so you can check them out. The links are below. And while you're at it, you can leave a like on this video. Now these are motorcycle gloves. They're very warm. They have batteries inside, and they're the best for the winter. There's also this knuckle guard. The quality is, well, okay. And yeah, so these are my gloves. I also have these knee pads and elbow pads from Powerslide. These are just regular pads from Decathlon. But again, I learned a bit. It's better to get like Armor from Fox or from some other brand. It's just better to get like downhill accessories, because they also protect your shins and they fit better and are better suited also for higher speeds than just these regular like skating pads. And I also have these sorts of pads built into my jacket or into my pants, which I'll talk about in a minute. In terms of jackets, I always pretty much use two jackets on and off. I have this Shima jacket, which also has built-in protection here in the back, on the shoulders, and also here on the elbow pads. This jacket also has several layers. I also made a full video about this jacket, and actually and also these pants, which come together as a set. These pants also have knee pads and so on. So I highly recommend that, or getting any pretty much motorcycle gear with built-in protection. The other jacket I use is this one. This doesn't have any protection, it's just a regular jacket, ski jacket. But the cool thing about it is that it has this part here, which prevents air from coming in underneath you. So this is a cool thing about this jacket. But most of all, you need to get jackets which have membranes or several layers, so you can also adjust how warm it is, depending on the season of the region where you live in. But jackets and pants aren't the only important thing when it comes to your clothing. It's also important to get a sweatshirt or a pullover that has a membrane. So this stuff is really easy to get at a mountain store. You should get a membrane of like 4,000 or 5,000. I don't know the exact details, but this stuff is really a lot warmer because it deflects or doesn't let the air come through as easily as in your regular like sweatshirt or hoodie. I have also like a warmer version. Maybe it doesn't look so cool, but it will keep you warm. Yeah, in the winter or in colder climates. Now, if your jacket is not warm enough, you can also get this sort of vest. This is a wind stopper vest, and you can always check if it's a wind stopper. If you try to blow it here, no air will come through here. You can also always test that in a mountain store. Yeah, it looks stupid, but it works. Therefore, you can test if a product stops the air from getting through the material. And if it's super cold, you can also get a pair of these. Not sure what they're called, but these like pants to get underneath your pants. I use that quite often. And it's also good to put some stuff underneath your helmet. So this is, for example, so this you can put on your neck. This is a balaclava, but it's not the best sort of balaclava because it lets a lot of air through. So I don't really recommend this that much. You can also get just this sort of like tube or buff. That's what it's called, I think. If you live in a warmer climate and you don't want to feel as much air coming around your neck. And then I have the better balaclavas. This is one from 4F, which is like really warm. You can put this underneath your helmet, but this again is a bit too thick of a material, so I don't use that quite often. And these balaclavas I use the most. This one you can get at a like ski shop or any mountaineering shop. It's called burlap, but it's important to have like a bit of material here underneath the balaclava so you don't get any air coming like around this area here. And it doesn't have to be so thick because you have the helmet anyways. And my favorite and probably the warmest I have is this one from Alpine Stars. Got as a gift from my sister. Thank you, sis. And it doesn't let any air through pretty much here and here. It stops any air from cutting in. This is really warm. It also has a lot of stuff underneath this part as well. So this will keep you really, really warm in the winter. And it also has like some holes here on the side so you can still hear stuff. And just to touch on the subject of shoes, don't get motorcycle shoes. This is the first important thing because they have really like hard surface soles and they can be really slippery riding on a scooter or on a unicycle. So don't get these. Just get like regular mountaineering shoes. I got these from Decathlon. They're awesome. And they stop any rain or water from coming in because it's just like some kind of rubber. It's really warm for the winter, so I highly recommend that for the winter. And there are probably some like less warm versions for the summer. And You can also get like regular mountaineering shoes or like Vans. It's quite good to have your feet protected, also like in this region here. And this sole is actually a Vibram sole, so this will be less slippery than other types of rubber material on your shoes. Now in the summer, if you want to experience new feelings on your scooter or your electric unicycle especially, you can get these barefoot shoes. They're not really safe because they're really thin, but I ride them a lot in the summer because I can feel the device much better. And yeah, these are my shoes that I use all the time if it's like above 10 degrees Celsius. Oh yeah, and you can also get these sorts of glasses. Alien Rides, shout out to you, uses them a lot. This is like a bit better for the summer because it's not as warm. And the last subject I wanted to touch upon is accessoires or accessories. There's just a couple of things that I use very frequently riding on my unicycle or any other electric vehicle. This is the mirror you put on your hand. I'll try to find a global link, but I'm not sure I will find it. It's awesome. You just stretch your hand out and you have a mirror on any device, on a scooter, on a e-bike, on an electric unicycle. Highly recommend it. Or you can put a mirror on your helmet like Marty from electric unicycles. It's always nice to have additional lighting on your electric vehicle, like for example this sort of light or this helmet light. They're very cheap on AliExpress and they greatly increase your visibility in the night. It's really, really important to have good visibility in the night because, well, you see a lot less than, and most of the electric devices really don't have enough lighting or have their stock lighting not strong enough. And the last thing is just always wear a backpack. This is a Xiaomi backpack, but any backpack will do. Take your charger with you because you never pretty much know how far you will have to travel. And yeah, this is pretty much it. As you can see, my home is full with cool electric vehicles. The Mantis review is coming very soon. The Ceron is also waiting for a review, and there's also the Godway M Super Pro, which I already did the range tests on, so the video will be up very, very shortly. And if you're still here, subscribe therefore to the channel, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. See you soon.